I'm here after Social Commerce Camp DC on February 20th, 2010. It was put together by Network Solutions, KikScore, and my business assistant. We're in the offices of Mayor Brown and Platt. I'm here with Sterling Ashby, who's a e-commerce seller. He sells action figures. Sterling, would you like to give us a 10-second or 15-second overview of your business?
Sure. I have a line of history-inspired action figures that can be found at www.hiatoys.com. The goal is to provide collateral for teachers and parents to have conversations of meaning with their children. I know that's a little deep on the action figures, but play, learning through play, that's what we're trying to create, and maybe steer kids in the right direction. Our first three action figures are of Matthew Henson, who went to the North Pole with Admiral Perry, Benjamin Banneker, an astronomer and an architect and surveyor who was a free black in the 1700s, and Miss Bessie Coleman, who was an early female aviator who learned to fly in France and escaped her sharecropping situation in southeastern Texas.
So Sterling, how do you like being a small business? Tell us some of the challenges that you face as a small business selling online.
Oh, the challenge of getting the word out and letting people know what you're doing, what you're about, and what's your value proposition. At the same time, it's been a great experiment. I got a couple degrees under my belt. My day job's as a lawyer, but this is really a learning experience, this challenge of taking an idea and bringing it alive and letting people know that you've created value that can help them out in the process.
What tools did you hear about here today at Social Commerce Camp DC that might be able to help with your small business and try to grow it online?
Let's see, there was so much value created here today. In particular, I would encourage anyone to visit the hashtag related to this conference, which I don't recall right this second. See the
SCCDC.
SCCDC. This hashtag will provide a stream of ideas that were shared. I mean, all the presenters were great. In particular, the one presenter who talked about using crowdsourcing to develop a number of online collateral to support the business objectives of their ideas. It was just fantastic. It has a lot of application to me. Simple was kind of basic surveys of the tools that are out there. I met some innovators. I was sitting next to a guy who what he calls what is going to be a combination of Hootsuite and Basecamp. And I love Basecamp and I love Hootsuite. And he believes he has something that's going to connect the conversations inside your company with the work that needs to be done outside your company to the people who are interested. I met a ton of interesting people, but there's just reaffirming some good tips, teaching me some new things that I've tweeted about, a number of people have tweeted about, and just some good relationships in person.
So what's one thing that you're going to do when you go home to help your small business that you've learned from today that you could also pass on to other people who may not have been here today?
That's the first thing I'm going to do when I go home today. And I'm sorry for pausing on that, but there's a range of things as you connect the various social media. I'm trying to take an inventory of some of the simple things I've missed along the way and get some of those simple messages out. Maybe how I recraft some of my messages to my Facebook fan page so that I'm including people more in the conversation. Some simple tips some people gave me to how to get the word spread real simply, of how to share in the freemium strategy. Someone mentioned real simply how to go about offering something for free over Twitter to the first 5 people who retweet your message. And real quickly how that can spiral and create value, and you're sharing your product with others, and then you might even ask for a follow-up blog post or picture taken by the person who you then send the product to. So real simple things, real kind of guerrilla-ish, what's the other term there for us, kind of grassroots bootstrapping methods for really getting some churn in your business. Today's day was not a day where I was sold 50 things. I was shared a lot of tips and a lot of relationships. I really look forward to following up with some of the people I've connected with through Twitter and our emails throughout the course of the conference.
Great. Sterling, do you have anything to say in closing as we wrap this up?
Oh, well, the sponsors were great. KikScore, Network Solutions, Mayor Brown and Platt. Please learn more about each of these organizations and see how they might be helpful to the business problems that you might be faced with.
Once again, Sterling, you want to give your URL?
Yeah, sure. History in Action Toys, www.hiatoys.com.
Fabulous. For Raj Malik from KikScore and Network Solutions, thanks so much, Sterling, and please go visit the site for all the community that's out there where this will be posted. Thanks so much.
Thank you.